So Phil, recently I saw some data online. At the moment, there are around 20 billion connected devices, and by 2030, we'll have 40 billion connected devices. These devices are from mobile phones, computers, cameras, but also humanoid robots like Terry. Like, how is Auki contributing to these robots to navigate the world and become more autonomous?
So we're working with robots like Terry and other devices by giving them spatial awareness. So the team turned up here on Monday, we laid out the QR codes, we mapped this whole space, positioned where all the booths are, and then we deployed our go-to app that you've seen before. Mm-hmm. We've now hit the point with Terry that we can actually get Terry to join exactly that same space, grab the same map, and then navigate within it. And that's been a pretty big breakthrough for us. We're the first company to achieve that.
So according to my understanding, currently or until now, if you want to train a robot, you need to train each robot individually, right?
Absolutely.
But if you have the data on your network, on Auki, then other robots can leverage that data in a decentralized manner, right?
Completely right. So every example you've seen at the moment is a robot going and learning for themselves. They have no way of sharing what they've learned. So it's completely encapsulated in them. We're building low-level, lightweight maps that can then be deployed across devices. They can all contribute.
Yeah, exactly. So you're basically giving a pair of eyes to all the robots in the world.
Not just robots. So we're working with smart glasses manufacturers as well. So we're trying to give all AI spatial awareness, not just hardware.
All AI, okay. And that's a big deal because AIs and robots don't have the 5 senses that we have, right?
Absolutely not, no.
And also, the typical GPS and Google Maps is very outdated for robots because it's only 2-dimensional, and you give 3D data to all these devices, right?
True. It's also about leveraging what needs to be spatial data and what needs to be processed by AI. So certain things don't move in your house. So your door stays where it is. So you don't need AI to process the door every time it sees the door. That can be tagged in spatial data and then, again, shared across robots.
How big do you think this market is?
Oh, it's going to be huge. It's going to be bigger than the motor industry within the next 10 years.
Yeah. So it's like a multi-trillion-dollar market potentially?
Bigger, probably bigger.
Okay. Is that the reason why Auki Token is performing so well recently?
We hope so, yeah. We've put some killer demos out lately. We've got a great community behind us, and that's of course helping.
Yeah. So Auki and Peaq, we are working together, right?
Yeah.
I guess like Peaq can be seen as the operating system for the machine economy and the payment layer, machine IDs, machine wallets, while you bring the vision, the spatial data, spatial awareness.
And of course, we have our utility token, so that will be feeding into the machine economy as well.
Yeah, exactly. So everything ties up together like the pieces of the puzzle so that machines and robots can navigate the world and be more autonomous.
Yeah, right? And obviously share what they learn with each other and build that ecosystem.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, the more autonomy you give to a machine, a robot, a device, the more value it can bring to the market, right? Because, for example, a humanoid robot, you can put it in a factory or in a warehouse doing some kind of work, but once it's kind of laid off because there is not enough work, typically it will be sitting like idle and not very useful.
Absolutely.
But now you can bring it to other things, can do other useful work, right?
Exactly. They need mobility and the ability to move from place to place to really be multifunctional. Otherwise, they're just a single-use tool.
Yeah, and these additional functions and utility and autonomy come precisely by using Auki, by using Peaq Network.
Exactly.
And basically, you make a robot more valuable by giving it more tools, more features, more ways to transact, exchange data, right?
Exactly. They need to be versatile. They're too expensive to be limited in their use.
Yeah. Exactly. When do you think? This year we already see humanoid robots walking around. Terry is a great example. But when do you think we will see like more mass adoption? Like Elon Musk's vision of having like billions of humanoid robots walking around.
So the state of robotics at the moment, Terry is great at walking and balancing. Where he's lacking a little bit is in manipulation, the arm control, the hand control, the dexterity. That's, to me, is kind of at least 2 to 3 years away from reaching the same level as the walking ability.
Yeah.
We're not completely convinced that legs are also the right solution. They're great for rough terrain, but moving around houses, factories, nice stable wheelbase is just as useful.
Yeah. And will save energy too.
Exactly. They're just more functional. They're more energy preserving. You're not using compute just to balance, which is what Terry's having to do now. So.
Got it. So, like in terms of humanoid robot manufacturer, so this is a Unitree?
This is a Unitree G1. Back in our office, which obviously you're going to come visit soon, we've also got an engine AI that we're trying to roll out the same protocol on multiple manufacturers. And we've also got some utility robots from Padbot that we've also deployed the Auki network onto those as well.
Got it. Any other plans to expand your...
We're always looking for collaborations. We're reaching out to many of the manufacturers out in Shenzhen and Hangzhou, where they all seem to be localized.
You also have like Apptronic.
We've been, obviously I don't want to name names, but there's some big names out there. There's people like Agibot, we're talking to Slamtech. There's loads of great manufacturers out there.
Uptech Robotics, UBTech Robotics from Shenzhen.
We've had conversations with them,
I noticed that you have one small Uptech Robotics in your office.
We've got some of their toys. We like our toys.
Like, which of these humanoid robot manufacturers do you think is the most promising? Tesla is supposedly also going to launch sometime soon.
So obviously Unitree are way ahead of the game. That's why you're seeing them everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got some big brands in the US, of course, as well. So people like Figure, Foundation, those kind of guys as well. What's been fascinating is we've kind of gone from just knowing about people like Boston Dynamics to a flood of humanoid robots hitting the market, all within 3 to 6 months of each other. So it's a really fast-moving industry.
Got it. If you are an investor and you want to position yourself for the growth of the humanoid robots, machine economy, and so on, like where would you allocate your portfolio to?
I would be looking at the people that are working in the training data for manipulation. That's going to be the big breakthrough. That's kind of the lacking in the industry at the moment. It's the manipulation part. Yeah.
Okay. And, what are some of the examples of this training data?
So capturing video data of human hands doing tasks, teleoperation of other robots. Because obviously you can see Terry's arms, his joints don't really line up with human joints, so it's kind of hard to translate human movement to Terry's movements.
Right.
But then you go and find another robot and that robot's arms will be completely different. So cross-platform training data is kind of hard to find at the moment.
Interesting. That's an interesting problem. I didn't think about it. So I guess Auki is one of the platforms doing this, kind of bringing this data so that all the robots can use it.
Yeah, we're trying to create that easily deployed space to share data. So again, I'll go back to the door, being able to tell every robot how much torque they need to turn the handle, how ideally they should grip it. It just offloads a lot of CPU and GPU compute on the robot to make tasks easier.
Got it. And do you have any other big names trying to tackle this data issue?
Not that we've come across too much. Obviously, the robot manufacturers, they're more interested in supplying hardware. They want to encourage developers to then build on their platforms. So obviously, the universities are the main source of data at the moment. They're the big users of humanoid robots outside of people like us.
Got it. And Phil, what excites you the most at the moment in these worlds of...
It's hard to call my job a job. It's more play than it is work.
Yeah.
I'm getting exposed to the levels of technology that I only dreamed about as a child.
Yeah. So people say that if the future doesn't look like sci-fi, it's not...
How can it not look like sci-fi? This is about as sci-fi as it gets.
Where do you think we will be in, say, 10 years from now in terms of the economy, how work is distributed between humans and robots? How do you see the world in 10 years from now?
I think that will be the kind of infancy of it. I think we're still in the R&D phase to really get to that level. I think 8 to 10 years is when we'll see mass deployment in industry first, possibly retail second, and then home use will be the third path.
Yeah. And so, some people are very afraid, oh my God, robots will replace human jobs in the AI. Like, what's your opinion on that?
People have the same fear of AI. It's more likely that you're going to get the quality co-pilots that assist your job rather than replace it.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. But there is also alternatives, right? If we tokenize the robots on the Peaq Network, for example, we can tokenize machines. We can tokenize a solar panel, a charging station, a robotaxi, a humanoid robot. And if these machines kind of replace humans over time, human labor, which there is a natural progression there, right? Because humans, we need to sleep, we need to eat, we have a limited capacity and a limited speed. I guess there will be a point, even like 50 years from now, 100 years from now, where machines will do much more work than we do, right? But if these machines are tokenized and people can own fractional tokens of these machines, you can have what we call the universal basic ownership. Yeah. Instead of universal basic income, you can have universal basic ownership where the taxi driver that is replaced by the robotaxi can own a fraction of the robotaxi or 2 or 3 robotaxis and earn on-chain revenue from that work, right?
And we're already encouraging that from our community. So a lot of our infrastructure, our domains, our reconstruction servers, they've been run on community hardware. So we're helping them tokenize compute that is just kind of gathering dust in their rooms at the moment.
Okay. So tokenize like CPU, GPU work?
Exactly. So they're joining our network, they're making resource available that we can then send jobs, and obviously there'll be tokenized transactions of what the data's worth as it moves around the system.
Got it. So they are rewarded on-chain?
Yes.
Through like a specific token, or is it like stablecoin?
So it's using the Auki token that obviously then gets converted into credits, and that's what's burned to then obviously move data around the Auki network.
Interesting. All right. So what's the next steps for Auki? Like I know that you guys have big partnerships with big supermarkets.
Yep. So retail is still getting the focus.
Generating good revenue.
Retail will continue to get the focus, but we're trying to obviously now cross that bridge of implementing robots into the retail side. So at the moment, our Cactus app is mainly focused on helping the humanized side of the business, but obviously we can then take those exact same retail maps, deploy robots in there to then do simple tasks like empty shelf detection, maybe logistics of bringing things from the warehouse to where they need to be unloaded. So we kind of optimize that side of the business as well.
So your low-hanging fruit is supermarkets, retail, logistics, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I hope we can have Terry and many other of his siblings tokenized on-chain with the Peaq ID and the Peaq wallet so that they can transact between each other.
Of course.
And and by the way, you can follow Terry on X. I really love Terry's account.
Yep. So it's Terry McKenna, spelled MECHKENNA.
All right. Guys, thank you so much. And Terry, good to see you.
Yeah,
good to see you
too. Thank you.